arch around this thing. That back window up there, you may have a better view of both sides from this point over here. There's really nothing that's going to happen on that side A back there. There's really nothing that's going to happen on side D. So they're going to light it off in 20 seconds.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignite.
Okay, the fire's been lit, but it's just it's matches in a couch.
You press it. Visual confirmation of ignition in cams 1, 2, 3.
See it? If you guys want to look at this, you can see it starting to light off in the couch. Those are those couches that were in those corners over there. So you can see.
Update the temperature in the basement and at the top of the stairs. Anything else you want? Possibly heat flux?
No, just go with temps for right now. And we got oxygen upstairs or no?
Okay, you can see it's starting to. That camera doesn't point directly at that couch that was against that side A wall, but it's
50 degrees C at the ceiling in the basement.
So about 100 degrees Fahrenheit at the ceiling in the basement. They'll definitely call out these temperatures. They're going to call out Celsius. You can just double them. It's going to be pretty close.
You may want to start looking at the back corners of the stick or walking around.
So you can see it's starting to get a little flashy on that. Starting to get a little bit going up towards the ceiling.
We're starting to get some flames close to the ceiling as well on the first floor. Temperature is about 60 degrees C at the ceiling.
About 120 degrees Fahrenheit at the ceiling. They're starting to get a little flame impingement up there. You don't see anything happening at all back here. You can see
Yeah, we got some smoke here. Yeah.
Starting to get a little bit.
Starting to get smoke up to the second floor. Smoke's starting to fill up along the basement level. Flames about to the ceiling. Temperature is about 120 C at the ceiling at the basement level. At the top of the stairs, it looks like we're still fairly low in temperature.
So we're talking about 250 degrees at the ceiling Fahrenheit temperature. Still, everything's still not, those couches still aren't fully involved.
The ceiling now in the basement and climbing. Temperatures at the top of the stairs are about 70 C and climbing. And it looks like we're starting to get some air pulled down the stairwell to BDPs at the top of the stairs.
Interior
We got
flame.
flames out of crack in the back.
Yeah, starting to break through a little bit.
Temperatures down at basement level are 700 C at the ceiling, so looks like.
So that went from about 250 to 1400 degrees that quick. So that's pretty quick. In the matter of 10-15 seconds, it went from 250 to 1400. You start seeing it starting to black down in there around the couches.
Let's get ready to open that
You see, nothing.
in 10 seconds.
A little bit of, you can still see some flame there, but this is definitely ventilation limited at this point. Maximum amount of fuel.
4, 3, 2, 1, open door.
Notice when they open the door, it takes the pressure
stop pushing flames out.
Here, but now it's getting more.
Let's get ready to open that
You
window.
see it's starting to lighten up down there too.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open window. Happy.
Alright, let's go around the other end.
Can you confirm on window?
Windows confirmed, right at your count.
So now you've got maximum natural ventilation, low to high, some pretty good size openings.
Window open?
Window and door all open. They were open on your count.
Yeah, we're holding steady on temperatures here throughout the basement level. So whenever you want to give the go-ahead to open those doors,
So
we'll be good to go.
they're getting quite a bit of flame firing back up downstairs. You can see the glow starting to come. It's getting bigger and bigger. You start to see stuff pushing out there on the second floor. But there's still not a lot of things you can see on those cameras on the interior.
Doors open. Water flowing.
See the glow down here in this picture?
That's the couch back, right?
Yep, I believe so.
The room and then we'll shut it down.
Here's a hot drop, immediately down to about 100 C.
So that went from 1400 degrees
Up in
to
6
about
minutes.
200 degrees.
Wow.
So 1400 to 200 is a world of difference in your environment.
Let me grab the pick from you and
Now that might have been an IR camera, and that's why we still got a glow on it.
Oh, okay.
So this is one of those deals where guys go, I don't want to fight fire from the flower beds. You've got to go in here and kill this thing. You put a death blow on it, but it can still get up off the canvas and come back and still fight you. So that's the deal. You still got to go in and make sure the thing's dead, kill it.
Okay, so that's upstairs. That's looking out through the front door.
Okay.
What about 100 gallons of water in here?
The upstairs.
Yeah, probably not.
Stairs all looks good. I've got temperatures under 100 C everywhere. Peak temperatures about 80 C right at the top of the stairs.
So the top of those stairs, they get about 160 degrees, less than 200 degrees. 3
Doors
feet.
open at 7:15.
No, that's at the ceiling of the stairs, so it's on the, yeah. So they basically, like I said, maybe 100 gallons of water. If you got a smooth bore that's flowing, you might get 200 gallons of water in that amount of time. I prefer
Yeah,
the
lowest
smooth
oxygen
bore.
concentrations I saw are about 14 to 15% just before we put water on the fire.
Was that O2 he was talking about?
O2, yeah.
Yeah, so here's the other thing you got to think about. If you got somebody in there, when that fire started, right before they put water on it, 14, 15% oxygen. What happens to me when I get 14, 15, start to get lethargic. Can't do very long, and then you're going to be out anyway. So in the real world, we wouldn't be sitting here, twiddling our thumbs looking at this. You would have hit it as quick as you could from the safest point on the exterior, and then you would have followed it up with an interior attack. But the difference between making that interior attack at 1400 degrees and making it at 200 or less is a world of difference. You're not going to do it at 1400 degrees. You can't get in there.
Are those mannequins up there on the second
Okay, right. Okay. The question is that mannequins up there, right at the top of those stairs, about 3 feet in from the top of that stair landing, there's the same type of demonstration that y'all saw over here in Building 12. There's helmets. They had face pieces on. and there were 2 cameras behind each one.
Okay.
There's 2 different type face pieces up there, and there's 2 different type helmets. There's a leather helmet and a poly helmet, basically. So try to see what happened there. They're also instrumented. I don't know if that instrumentation survived. This stuff is pretty sensitive, and so the water really kind of killed us on a lot of that. But since y'all are here, they don't want to just blow that off. They may sacrifice a little bit of data collection to go ahead and do the experiment. So
Has to impact the burn rates on this stuff too, I would think.
a little bit, but it's not. I mean, if it wouldn't have rained, the thing that really impacts it is all those thermocouples, that wire. When it gets wet, it does a little bit of odd things to it, and a lot of the other